One of the big ones is the whole NASDAQ is so overblown. We had forecast in our Trends Journal in 1999, we used to be a quarterly back then, in the last quarter, that there would be the dot-com bust by the second quarter of 2000. And it did. It busted in March. It's way overvalued. Yes, AI is the future. There's no question about it. But these companies are way overinvested, hundreds of, probably trillions of dollars into the whole market. And then you have to look at the numbers. You take a look at the S&P 500. 3 companies own it, 88% of it. Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. 3 companies own 88% of the S&P 500. The thing is, the 1% control 54% of the markets. When you put in 10%, it's over 90%. So the markets are totally rigged, and they're totally overvalued. And now the big fear is, as you can see what's going on, that the Fed's not going to lower interest rates.
Mm-hmm.
They're only going to lower them twice. And then you're looking at the housing. You're looking at the mortgage rates going way up. Looking at the yields, treasury yields going way up. This is all negative for the markets. Why are you going to invest in the markets when you could get your 5% plus, in a safe bet? That is going to hurt the markets. But again, going back to the wild card with Trump. Let's go back to 2018, not ancient history. In December of 2018, it was the worst December for the Dow since the Great Depression, 1931. Remember, the markets crashed in 29. What did he do? He forced the Fed head, Jerome Powell, to lower interest rates. And he did in January. So the wild card is Trump is going to do everything he can to pump up the economy. If he forces the Feds to lower interest rates, that's going to artificially prop the economy up again. Look at Ms. Fatshapurut, who's the current Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen. Where'd she come from? Oh, she was the former Fed head. Wait a minute, the former Fed head's now the Treasury Secretary? Yeah, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one big club. It's all a front. Again, Powell bent over. Look at Powell. Look at the little nothing of a boy he is. Look at all of them. These are little ballish guys. And Trump is a tough guy. He'll tell him what to do. And again, look at the billionaires behind Trump. Look who's running. Look who's going to be running the show. They're going to do what they want. They're going to do everything they can to pump up the economy. And it's going to be artificially propped up. Again, all I call us are plantation workers of Slavelandia. I mean, that's all we are. The bigs own everything. I got to hear the crap spewing out of Musk's mouth every damn day. Who the hell do you think you are to speak up? You have no right. If you're not a billionaire, shut your damn mouth. That's the attitude. And again, the little slimeball presidents of the United States destroyed this country when it was a land of opportunity. When I was a young man, there was a thing called grocery stores, hardware stores, stationery stores, shoe stores, drug stores. Now they're all chains. Again, 3 companies own 88% of the S&P 500. Look at all these venture capitalists, private equity groups. None of this crap existed before. They own everything. That's why you're seeing these populist parties, by the way, which is another trend, growing all around the world. Because the people have had enough of the 2-party systems that have been destroying their lives. And it's one country after another. So the people are fed up with this stuff. Again, one of our covers was "Let Them Eat Cake," and the Trends Journal. And so the people have had it. They've had it. The people are suffering. Look what's going on, by the way, this horror. And I'm very concerned. Our executive editor of the Trends Journal lives out in L.A. where all this is going on. And they just had to evacuate. Here we are in the 21st century. Trillions of dollars to build bombers to kill people and pennies for planes and helicopters to put out a forest fire.
And
You
on the
can't put
same
out a
day,
forest fire.
Biden passed another $500 million to Ukraine.
Yeah. You can't put out a forest fires. That's how we don't count for crap. We're nobodies. Again, shut your damn mouth. You have no right to speak to the president if you don't give him 100 million, a million, or anything else, or if you're not a billionaire. Look at all these companies that are giving Trump. Oh, Google just gave him $1 million for inauguration. What do you got $1 million for what? It's a crime syndicate that people call a government. Again, if we don't have a new third party, it's going to be more of the same and worse. It's a freak show. Look at the little Gatsoni he put in there back in the House guy, tells his name, Mike Johnson. Look at the little piece of shit. Could you get a little more clown than that little nothing of a boy? Look at the whole show. Both sides. Peter shit. With the guy over at Adam shit. Adam, the guy over in, yeah. Look at the little jerk. How about little Chucky Schumer? Nancy out of her mind Pelosi. Mitch McConnell, dead in your eyes. It's a freak show. And it's a global freak show. You got that little Catson Macron with his fake hair and his little pecker over there in France. You got Olaf Schultz getting at it now. Oh, the little true dope boy, the daddy's boy up in Canada that's leaving. Yeah, whose daddy was it? Was it Castro? I forget, or Pierre. Yeah, that little nothing of a clown. A nothing of an arrogant little boy. That's who's running the world. When the hell are people going to grow up? That's not the news. Did Taylor Swift get laid last night? That's the big news. I forgot. That's at the crime. But the parties are controlling it. It'll be more crap. Just another crap head. I don't see anything. Look what they did to the truckers. Look how they punished these people because they didn't want to get the. Look what they did. Look how many of them went to jail. And that little true dope. An emergency act, because they were protesting. They didn't want to get the. How dare you? How dare you not want to get the when the drug dealers are telling you to get it? Oh, no, they're big pharma. I forgot. Oh, talking about slime balls. Again, little Willie Clinton. He was the guy, by the way, that allowed drug ads on TV. They didn't allow him before then, 1997. He deregulated the Federal Communications Act. There were thousands of independent radio stations, newspapers, TV stations. Now 6 own the entire media. Oh, he did away with the Glass-Steagall Act. Oh, NAFTA. Oh, yeah, send the jobs to Mexico for cheap labor. Bring China into the World Trade Organization. Keep sucking the jobs out. I could go on and on. One after another. Absolutely. But here's the reality. Can't do it without money. Got it? Let's go back to the Renaissance, which I believe that's what we need again. 60% of Europe was wiped out because of the filthy sanitation. They're killing themselves. They said in Italy, at the beginning of the Renaissance, alla Romana et all'antica, in the manner of the Romans and the ancients to describe the quality of their work. Who made it happen? Oh, the Medicis. You want to run for president? What did Trump get? 1.2 billion? Harris, over 2 billion? You can't do it without money. I launched a movement called Occupy Peace over a decade ago. I had peace rallies up here in Kingston. Judge Napolitano, Scott Ritter, Dennis Kucinich, others, Ralph Nader, loads of people. Not a penny for peace in the billionaires. Not a penny for peace in the billionaires. Could you imagine if the billionaires gave $1 billion for peace? We'd have it tomorrow. So going back, new third party, without the money, ain't going to happen. Period, paragraph. People, gold is the number one to us safe haven asset. And we're also bullish on Bitcoin, particularly since what Trump's done and the crypto people he's brought in. But gold is a whole different story. And one of our top trends for 2024 was that it would be a golden year for gold. Gold went up 27% in 2024. And it's going up again because of the geopolitical and economic uncertainty. End of story. Because the banksters know how bad it is. I mean, you have one, again, we write about this, it's in your Trends Journal. India, the fifth largest economy in the world. They're estimating, I think it comes out in March, their GDP will be the worst since the COVID war began. You're looking at Germany, the third largest economy in the world, is in recession. Japan is on the brink of either one, is hardly growing. You're looking at the currencies going way down. You're looking at the UK, they call it stagflation. It's not stagflation. It's not stagnant. It's declining. It's dragflation, declining economic growth and rising inflation. And inflation is going to keep going up. Oh, it's not going up as fast as it was. Yes, it is. You look at the real numbers. Oh, the housing prices in America, where they go up 50% since the COVID war began. Automobiles, up like 39% or something. Oh, now the insurance, and now with this thing going on in the horror over there in California, insurance. Oh, the hurricanes, the car insurance. So I'm telling you, it's going to be dragflation, declining economic growth and rising inflation. That's why you're seeing, as we see it, gold going up.
Gerald Celente paints a stark picture of today's financial markets and economic landscape. He warns that the Nasdaq is dangerously overvalued, drawing parallels to the dot-com bubble he correctly predicted in 2000. His key concern centers on market concentration, pointing out that 3 companies, Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street, control 88% of the S&P 500. Celente highlights the growing consolidation of corporate power, from chain stores replacing independent businesses to the increasing influence of venture capital and private equity firms. He's particularly critical of the relationship between government and financial institutions, noting the revolving door exemplified by Janet Yellen's move from Fed chair to Treasury secretary. On the global stage, Celente points to troubling indicators: India's slowing GDP, Germany's recession, and Japan's economic struggles. He predicts a period of dragflation, declining economic growth combined with rising inflation, evidenced by significant price increases in housing, 50% since the pandemic, and automobiles, 39%. As protection against these economic headwinds, Celente is bullish on gold, which rose 27% in 2024, and sees potential in Bitcoin. He argues that while populist movements are rising globally in response to economic disparities, meaningful political change remains unlikely without significant funding to challenge the established two-party system.